With all of the Amazon shipping requirements and guidelines and customs importation requirements, it can be quite daunting and confusing arranging and shipping your products to Amazon, regardless if they're coming from within the US or overseas. In this video, I'll break down how to ship your products to Amazon's fulfillment centers in an easy, step-by-step process. But first, my name is Crescent, and on my channel I share tips and strategy videos, just like this one, on how you can create a successful Amazon FBA private label business. So if you enjoy videos like this, consider subscribing. Alright, let's get started. For most sellers, you'll be shipping your products from overseas, like from China. You have the option to ship by air or by sea, where shipping by air is the most expensive option and takes around 10 to 14 days, and by sea anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks. Regardless of which option you choose, you'll encounter a few industry shipping terms called Incoterms, such as EXW, FOB, and DDP. And these describe how your shipment will be arranged and who will be responsible for what portion of the shipment. Here's a table showing a list of the most common Incoterms, but the three you'll most likely deal with are EXW, which is where the supplier is only responsible for manufacturing and preparing your shipment. You'll have to arrange the entire shipment from your supplier's warehouse to Amazon. FOB is where your supplier will be responsible for shipping your products to their local port, and then you're responsible for the remainder of the shipment to Amazon. And third, which is DDP, is the easiest option for you. This is where the supplier handles the entire shipment from their warehouse to Amazon. What I suggest is to use DDP so there's less hassle on your end, and all you need to do is pay your supplier, and they'll handle the entire shipment including the duties. However, get quotes from multiple suppliers and freight forwarders to see what your best option is for you, including the costs. If you hire a freight forwarder, they'll also handle the entire shipment for you as well, so all you need to do is pay them. They'll also need to coordinate with your supplier to get details about your product, to calculate shipping costs and duties, as well as arrange to pick up your shipment. They'll also need to coordinate with your supplier to get details about your product, to calculate the shipping costs and duties, as well as arrange to pick up your shipment. So don't be surprised if they ask you for specific details about your product. They're not trying to steal your idea. Now, before we actually move on to creating a shipping plan, a common question I get asked all the time is, how do you estimate the shipping costs? Well, the easiest way is to get quotes from suppliers and freight forwarders. If you want to get an estimate on your own, you can ask for the shipping dimensions and details from your suppliers and get quotes from FreightOS.com. So for example, if we jump onto FreightOS.com, we can get quotes for our shipment. Most of the time, you're going to be shipping pallets, boxes, or crates, so choose this option here. And then based on what your supplier has given you for your shipment, you're going to fill in the following information. So for example, let's say we're shipping 4 cartons and they're 36 inches by 36 inches by 24 inches. Okay? And then we'll say that each one weighs 50 pounds. And then we're going to click on next. And we're going to choose from China. And then let's just say they're coming from Shenzhen, and select the date. If you don't know, just choose any date. It doesn't really matter. And then we're going to choose the nearest port in the US, which is in Long Beach, California, and then click on next. And then we're going to choose yes, we need a customs clearance, and then yes, we need a bond. And then we'll say the shipment value is $2,000. And we're going to choose add insurance, click on search. All right, so as you can see, this is door-to-door shipping, and this is our shipping details here. It's 4 boxes for 72 cubic feet, and they'll be ready on this date. And we have an insurance value of $2,000. And you can see that the best value here is $1,125 from C.H. Robinson. Okay, so this is a great way to get an estimate for your shipping costs. For a rough estimate, typically shipping by air costs around $5 per kilogram, whereas shipping by sea is around $450 per cubic meter. You can calculate the CBM using the CBM calculator from FreightOS. So as you can see here, FreightOS also has a CBM calculator. So if we enter the same shipment information here, so if we have 4 shipping cartons and they're 36 inches by 36 inches by 24 inches, we change that to inches, you can see that the total volume is 1.10 cubic feet. And again, if it's a metric, it'll give you cubic meters. And you need this value to calculate the volume for your shipment. Okay, so in order to ship your products to Amazon, you need to create a shipping plan. The shipping plan informs Amazon what you're shipping in and identifies a shipment when it's received at the fulfillment center. Keep in mind that the shipping plan has nothing to do with physically shipping your products. A shipping carrier needs to handle that, like FedEx, UPS, or DHL, and they'll have their own forms and shipping labels that need to go on the shipping cartons, but your supplier or freight forwarder will typically handle that. But first, in order to create a shipping plan, you need to have created a listing for your product. If you haven't done so, you won't be able to create a shipping plan. If you want to learn more about how to create a listing, I have a video on that here, and I'll leave a link to it in the video description below. There's also some important information you'll need to get from your supplier in order for you to complete the shipping plan. You'll need to get the size and weight of each shipping carton, how many cartons there are in total, what products are inside each carton, and how many units of each product there are. You'll also need the size and weight of each unit. Now don't mix these numbers up. Beginners often mix up the shipping carton size and weight with the unit size and weight. And this causes problems with your listing, which I'll go into later on in this video. Now you'll also need to get your supplier's address. If they're in China, the addresses can be cryptic, so make sure you ask them to specify exactly what goes in what field for the address, city, district, and province. Don't guess. All right? Once you have all this information, you can go ahead and create a shipping plan in Seller Central. All right, so when you log into Seller Central and go to your inventory, manage inventory page, you can see a list of all of your products here. Now, in order to send products into Amazon, you're going to click on the arrow over here and choose Send Replenish Inventory. Now, if you don't have this option, then you haven't chosen Fulfill by Amazon for your product listing. In those cases, you're going to see the Change to Fulfill by Amazon option here. So again, if you don't see the Send and Replenish option, you're going to have to change it to Fulfill by Amazon, and then you'll be able to send and replenish inventory here. And now what you're going to do is you're going to choose Create a New Shipping Plan. And if this is the first time you're shipping products in, you're going to have to enter an address for the ship from. So if I choose ship from a different address, now when you fill out this form, like I said earlier, make sure you get the correct information from your supplier so you can fill in the address, city, state, and province correctly into this field, because the Chinese addresses are laid out differently. So make sure they tell you exactly what part of that address goes into which field here. Now, once you've entered the address, your next option is choosing individual products or case-packed products. Now, for private label products, I always suggest that you choose individual products, regardless if your supplier has case-packed your products or not. What case-packed means is regardless of how many shipping cartons there has to be the exact same amount of units in each shipping carton, and all the products inside have to be the same, okay? Now the problem arises when your supplier has packed different amounts of units in each carton, or you've ordered an uneven amount of units so they can't be packed evenly into separate cartons. For example, if you ordered 425 units and your supplier packed up 100 units into 4 cartons, there's going to be a 5th carton that's smaller with less units in it. Or you're sending in multiple products, like different ASINs in one shipment, and they're mixed up in the cartons, then if you chose the case packed option here, you won't be able to specify the odd carton or a mixed carton that has different products inside it. So always choose individual products. Now click on Continue to Shipping Plan. Another spot where beginners make a mistake is right here. And this option only appears on your first shipping plan. And this is where you're going to enter the size and weight of your unit, the product packaging, not the shipping carton size and weight. And this is because if you put the wrong information here, you're going to get the wrong FBA fees. You can see here that it says provide the dimensions of the product in the manufacturer's original packaging. This is not the shipping carton size and weight. This is the unit size and weight. Okay? Make sure you enter that correctly here. A lot of beginners will put the shipping carton size and weight here, which usually is way bigger than what the unit size is, and so you get the wrong FBA fees. And you won't notice this until later on once you've completed the shipping plan. So make sure you put the unit size and weight in here. Now, for example, if I'm shipping in 500 units, I'll enter that here. And let's say, for example, that my unit size is 12 inches by 12 inches by 8 inches, and it weighs 1 pound. Okay? Save. Now you can see that it's expecting 500 units. I can click on continue. And then under the who preps column, you're going to choose merchant. Merchant meaning you, your supplier is going to put it on each unit for you. So choose merchant. If you want Amazon to apply the FNSKU labels, then you're going to choose Amazon, and they're going to charge you 20 cents per unit to do that. So click on continue. And now you can see that who labels is merchant. And here's where we can actually print the FNSKU labels. And it doesn't matter which option you choose here. These are going to be different sizes for that label. Choose the one that you think looks the best or fits on your product the best. And then you can download the PDF file here and then email it to your supplier. Then click on continue. And then here's where you can label the shipping plan. So for example, if you have multiple products or multiple shipping plans, you can label it to something more meaningful so you know what it is. And then click on approve. And then click on work on shipment. Now, for the most part, you're always going to choose small parcel delivery. Unless you're shipping in a lot of units, you're probably never going to use the less than truckload option. Okay? Now for the shipping carrier, unless you're using the partner carrier program, you're going to choose other. Now the partner carrier program is for domestic shipment only. That means you're shipping within the US to a fulfillment center in the US. And this is where you can take advantage of the huge, deeply discounted shipping rates that Amazon has through their shipping carriers like UPS and FedEx. Okay? Now here you can choose which option you have here, and it doesn't matter which one you choose, it's for your own reference only. Okay? Now if we scroll down, you can see how will this shipment be packed. You're going to choose everything in one box or multiple boxes. And again, you're going to get this information from your supplier. And usually it's going to be in multiple boxes. Now, here's where we're going to enter the shipping carton weight and dimensions. Okay? So for example, if you're shipping in 500 units and your supplier packages them into 5 shipping cartons with 100 units in each one, then you're going to specify that here. So units per box, we're going to say 100. How many boxes? There's 5. And then you're going to need the box weight of each box. Let's just say it's 50 pounds. And then the size of each box. So let's say it's 36 by 36 by 24 inches. Okay? And these numbers should add up to what you said you're shipping in. So if I'm shipping in 500 units, this should add up to 500, which it does. Okay? So because we chose individually packed as our shipping option, we can specify an odd shipping carton. So for example, let's just say our supplier put 100 units into 4 boxes. We can now add another box configuration and say they put 75 units into 1 box and it weighs much less. Let's say it's only 25 pounds and it's a smaller box, like 24 by 24 by 12. And then we can add another box configuration of 25 units in 1 box. And let's say it only weighs 10 pounds and it's 12 inches by 12 inches by 8 inches. Okay, and now you can see that the total here is 500 units, which is the same 500 that we said we're going to ship in. If we chose case packed, we wouldn't be able to do these odd box configurations. With case packed, all of the shipping cartons must be the exact same size with the same number of units in each box. Okay, so always choose individually packed. So you have the option to add odd size cartons if your supplier does this. Now you can click on confirm. Now you can see that it allows you to print the box labels. And these are the labels that you're going to download and then email to your supplier. And your supplier is going to affix these labels on each shipping carton. And that's how Amazon's going to identify these shipping cartons when they arrive at the fulfillment center. Now this is what the shipping labels look like. And you can see there's 6 of them because I specified 6 different shipping cartons. And you can see that the shipping to 24300 Nandina Avenue in Moreno Valley, California, and it's the same address for all 6 boxes. And in this case, all of the 6 cartons are going to the same fulfillment center. Sometimes Amazon's algorithm is going to have you ship them to different fulfillment centers around the country. And in those cases, you have no option to ship them to one. If the algorithm determines that you need to ship them to different fulfillment centers, then you have to ship them to these fulfillment centers. Now you do have the option of changing this in Seller Central. So if we go back and click on Settings and go to Fulfillment by Amazon, you can see that the inbound settings here, there's an option here that says inventory placement option, and the default is distributed inventory placement. That means if the algorithm needs to send your products to different fulfillment centers, then it's going to do so. Now, if you click on edit, you can change this option to inventory placement service so that all of your cartons go to one fulfillment center. Now, you might think this is going to save on shipping, but there's a per unit fee for you to do this. So if we click on Learn More, now you can see here if we scroll down to Inventory Placement Service Fees, you can see that there's a per item fee of at least 30 cents per unit. So make sure you figure out if it is a cheaper option for you to turn on this option. Now once you've completed filling out the shipping plan, you can click on Complete Shipment. Now once you have tracking information for your shipment, you can enter the tracking numbers here to keep track of them. Now if you made a mistake or you need to edit your shipping plan, you can click on the Shipping Queue option here, and you can see a list of all of your shipping plans that you've made, and you can click on the Work on Shipment option here to make any changes. Now, if the Work on Shipment option is available, that's okay. Just ignore that shipping plan and create a new one. Now, it doesn't matter if you actually use a shipping plan that you created or not. So if you made a mistake, you can just leave that shipping plan and create a whole new one and use the new one instead. Now, if you didn't print the item labels while you were creating the shipping plan, that's okay. You can log into Seller Central, and under the Manage Inventory page, you can go to your listing and again, click on the arrow button here, and you'll have the Print Item Labels option here. If you click that, it'll give you the option here again to print the item labels. And again, if you click on it, you can see that it reminds you that you have to cover any existing UPC barcodes. The only visible barcode should be the FN SKU on each unit, okay? So if you click OK, you can save the PDF here and then email it to your supplier. And speaking of labels, one thing you need to do is also include the country of origin on each unit. So it has to say made in China if your products are coming from China on each unit. So what you can do instead of having 2 stickers on each unit is on the FN SKU label, also put made in China on that label so that there's only 1 sticker on each unit. Now, of course, if you're doing a custom package design, you can integrate the FN SKU and the made in China text into the package design itself. All right, it's as easy as that. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, post them in the comment section below. And again, you'll find links to all the websites and tools in this video in the video description below. And if you want to learn more about the shipping process, check out these videos here. All right, thanks for watching. If you found value in this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And make sure to click that bell icon to turn on notifications. There's also a link in the description below to our community forums, which you should totally join. And as always, thanks for watching.